Today's going to be a really, really busy day. So we got to send out some last chance emails for this 500 person event coming up in a couple days. We got to also send out some last chance emails for an event coming up tomorrow. So tomorrow there's an event and then the event with 500 people. And then I want to add those people to my database and actually kind of like parse them myself. Everything's still kind of manual right now. So we're going to go through them myself. We're going to look at them. We're going to say, okay, how does this person fit in? And then we're going to read a little bit of our book, and then we're going to try and actually make some of the matches for the event that's coming up tomorrow. I think I mentioned in the previous video that I'm kind of going through everything and trying to automate as much as possible, and so this is one of those things. We're just not there yet. I'm finally done sending all the emails for today. Hopefully, I think maybe next week or something like that. Yeah, maybe next week we'll look into like automating that process. But for right now, we can finally get started on getting all of the people that have been submitting, well, all the people that have bought tickets because they buy them through Eventbrite, and then all of the people who have also filled out the form, we can actually start inserting them into the database, which is a pretty automated process. It's just like a file import. But then what I want to work on right now is actually creating accounts for them. So what happens is that they're only added to the database, but eventually, ideally, like the plan is that they'll be able to actually log in, create an account, or just log in if they already have an account, and then use the platform for things within the community, right? And so part of that, what I would like to do is work on when I go to import new users, so it just goes through and adds all of them, I wanted to also create an account for them in that moment. And then eventually what will happen is they'll basically just be able to, log in, and if they have already, an account's been created for them, then basically what will happen is that it'll just take them through like a create password or reset password flow. And if they haven't created an account, then no problem. It just creates an account for them, right? And so there are some cases, like some edge cases to watch out for, where people maybe want to sign up with an email that's different than the one that I have that I got through Eventbrite. I don't know exactly how I should deal with that, but we'll figure that one out a little bit later. I think for most cases, though, people use the same email, and so that's what I'm going to be focusing on to start with, and then we'll deal with that edge case later on. I'm working on kind of getting the authentication to work out and just kind of exploring what the API is like from Firebase. And one of the most frustrating things that I think probably every software engineer can relate to is like when you have the task that you want to do and something else breaks or doesn't work properly and it kind of gets in the way and you end up having to solve another problem in order to get to your problem. Sometimes this happens more so than others, but especially when you're starting out a project and things are kind of in flux or maybe, changing often, this definitely can get in the way. And so that's kind of where I'm at now, unfortunately, where deployment wasn't really working. And I also, so because I'm using Next.js, and Next.js 14 specifically is like a kind of like a full stack thing built into one, right? You can build your API, you can even do stuff on the server through server-side actions and not even need to build out your own API. And so, so I kind of had been doing stuff through there, and then because I wanted to use a specific SDK from Firebase, needed to go and actually use my own functions instead of using Next.js API because I needed to use a different SDK. So all of that said, things were not working as I needed them to, and so I ended up having to go and solve another problem in order to get to where I was or where I wanted to be. However, I think I'm where I need to be. Just kidding, it didn't work. Apparently, I was deploying it, and then I wanted to go walk my dog, so I did that for like 40 minutes or so, and then I thought it would work, and unfortunately, it didn't. Yet another day, and we didn't get everything that we had to do done. I don't know if it's like, like an ADHD thing where like, is that even? Where like, I can't manage time that well. I time block everything. But honestly, I don't know what the deal is. I just never really seem to be able to get everything done that I want to do. And I always tell myself that tomorrow's going to be the day, but it doesn't usually work out that way. Honestly, I don't know, but I can tell you one thing, I'm not going to stop trying. That's for damn sure. So tomorrow's a new day, a new to-do list. We actually did get some stuff done though today. Like it wasn't like a completely useless day, you know what I mean? According to this app that I use, I actually got in 7 hours, just under 7 hours of work today, which isn't terrible, but ideally, like I really want to be up at like 10 or 12 hours of work every day. So that's why I say that it wasn't, that great. But let's see what we actually did get done. So we recorded the YouTube video. This is like the ending, but we recorded it. I did read the book that I wanted to read. I got people into the database. I didn't get people into the database. I did send out emails, which is like a tedious thing that I think over the course of the next month I'm gonna automate. So what's really left, and this is gonna be what we do pretty much all day tomorrow, is taking all of the form responses. So last I checked, there was like 40 or so responses that I got from the form that I sent out, the survey. We're gonna take all of that, apply it to the data model. I think I have to fix something because there's like something with modals and selects in React that is broken right now in the site, so that's a bit annoying. Wasn't an issue 2 weeks ago, all of a sudden it is, so that's definitely pretty annoying. And then we actually have to make the matches and like send them out to people, and we have to do it tomorrow into Thursday because the actual event is on Thursday. So the event that was supposed to be tomorrow got canceled, and now it's just that big like 500 person event. I don't know if it's sold out or not. Last I checked, there was like still a little under 200 people that had actually purchased tickets, and then only like 40 or so people filled out the survey. Not 40 or so, it was more than 40, it was like 40 or 50. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't checked in a little bit, so we'll see where that's at. It wasn't a bad day. It definitely wasn't a bad day. It's just, I want to get more done. You know what I mean? I want to be more productive. Something else actually, like I think I need to drink more water. That's been on my mind recently too. I do think that I'm a little bit dehydrated, and that I do think that would help me a lot. So I guess we'll start with right now drinking a full glass, and then, I don't know, we'll hopefully get off to a better start tomorrow. See you tomorrow.